What's going on, everybody? I'm learning as I am semi retired and living off dividends. It's becoming increasingly difficult to live off some of the Yieldmax funds I have, and I want to talk about that and how I'm morphing and changing my account to get more market related. Now, there's some great things about Yieldmax, and I'm not done buying them, and I'll tell you why here in a bit. But for a totally different reason. Let me get into it. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. Well, today I sold YMAG. And the reason I sold my YMAG position is because I can only pull 5%, maybe 10% if I want to get greedy, and have to reinvest the rest, just so I don't decimate that particular fund, that holding, its a value in my account, right? That's what you have to do. You have to reinvest a certain amount of dividends to keep the average cost lower and to keep, because the dividends keep decreasing, right? So you increase share size to accommodate for that. Well, that can be problematic when you're trying to live off of it, right? So I sold YMAG today, and I just sold it, then put the money right in to QDTE. Now, there's a reason why I'm going with more market-related funds and not single ticker type funds. One is for the safety, and I like the combo of S&P funds and NASDAQ, right? The S&P is more stable. It doesn't have as much technology in it, right? So when tech sells off, it doesn't get hit as hard as the Qs. However, on the flip side, when technology becomes hot ticket again and folks start buying in, the Qs will rip up higher. So I think it's a good balance having both of them. But kind of back to my original point here. With only being able, for us, everyone's different, but for me and our plan and our budget, I can only pull 5-10% at the most weekly from YMAG. Now, by switching that to QDTE, okay, if the market starts going up, it'll be above my share price almost immediately, and then I can pull 100% of the dividends, which is way more dollar value than pulling 5 or 10% for YMAG. And I don't know how long I would have to do that with YMAG just to get back to my cost basis. I mean, I bought all into last year. I bought this thing darn near since inception. And my cost basis is way up there because I quit funneling my own money into it. I've just been reinvesting a certain percentage, right? So it's really not even moving the needle. So that's problematic if you're trying to get this thing above your cost basis or close to it. Now, the market could drop for a year, 2, 3, and I have SPY eye, and that may never get above my cost basis if that happens for quite some time. Or XDTE or JEPQ or QDTE, right? Those may not happen for a while. But the chances of them getting above my cost basis, number one, because I bought them in lower during this correction, but the chances of it getting above my cost basis in time, I feel, is much more tangible than my YMAG position. And so having it close to my cost basis or above it allows me to pull as much as I want on the dividends, as opposed to being beholden to like 5 or 10% on YMAG for God knows how long. Okay, so that's why I made that move. Now, in saying all this, okay, Nvidia has been absolutely incredible, particularly last year, right? The share price appreciation and the dividends allowed me to get to a point where that whole thing is almost paid off. I'm talking a couple, 3 months. And that's wonderful. I think that, for me, is what sets Yieldmax apart from everybody else in this space. Like SPY eye, I'll probably never reach my return on investment. JEPQ, probably never, right? That's not reasonable at my age and whatever. So I don't see that happening. But when you can get Nvidia in a little over a year, at least because of the bull run last year, whatever. You can say it's because of that, and that's fine, and that's reasonable to say so. But facts are the facts. It's almost paid off. So if I'm going to invest in a Yieldmax fund, I want it to be something that can grab that return on investment much quicker, and that is not YMAG. So for instance, my AMZ is like 60% roughly paid off. Okay. My other Yieldmax position, SQY, is totally free because I only use trading profits to build it. No money out of pocket came to build SQY, right? So I kind of want that as opposed to using Yieldmax to live off of, because it's really not, at least with YMAG, okay, it's not really working out for me the way that I hoped. So there's that. So that's why I'm transitioning more towards lower dividend funds that catch better share price appreciation. Now, Yieldmax was awesome last year, and thank goodness they were, because that allowed me to buy these other funds during this corrective measure. Okay? Because they were always catching some share price appreciation and above my cost basis for so long that I was able to pull cash and build these positions now. So I'm looking at, I don't know when, I got to see what happens with the market first. Is this a bottom? Is it not a bottom? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But when that does happen, I'll be getting into either Phoebe or Netflix, because I don't want to do Misty. I don't want to do Coney. I'm not a crypto guy. I don't know nothing about it. It's not for me. Okay. But I know things, I can read up about companies on Phoebe and on Meta and Netflix, right? And see what I think about those companies and see if I think they can be around for a while. So I think those will give me my best chance, besides Misty and Coney, and I already have Nvidia, at reaching return on investment. Because with Nvidia being fully paid off, that allows, in 3 months here, that allows me so much freedom. And I think that's where Yieldmax is stronger than other funds. But trying to live off them while you keep shoving money into them, for me, has become increasingly difficult. That's just the truth. Just the way I see it from my own perspective on life. Other people are going to say, oh, they're great, they can live off of them. And that's great that they can do that for you. But for me, it's just not a reality right now at my phase in life to do that. So, yeah, there's that. And I'll probably, if the market keeps dropping, I may just sell JEPQ totally and get into QQQI instead. And so that'll give me QDTE, QQQI, SPY, and XDTE. And I really like that combo because they're all different in the way they're structured, in the way they move, their payments, etc., 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 right? So it does give me some flexibility there. And then I'll hold on to my Nvidia, my AMZ, and SQY. And when I feel is right, I'm going to go take a flyer on a Netflix or a Phoebe and see if, and just probably lump sum it, honestly, and then just reinvest the dividends back into it to get that ROI paid off quicker, because I want to replicate what I have in Nvidia. Hope you enjoy the video. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.